most of you, nearly everyone except one or two I recall, when I asked you what do you want to be or what's your dream, you named some occupation, some job. Okay? It is your life we're talking about. When I asked you what is your life for your entire life, and you mentioned some occupation, some job that does some work. Well, you cannot ignore the work, the job. But job, the work, is a vehicle, tool, instrument to make your life happy or worthwhile or valuable. Your life is more valuable than the job itself. Let's say you're driving a very good car. You want to buy a good car with a lot of money. Your car, yeah, it's good. You can brag about it. You feel comfortable about it, with it, in it. But it's an instrument. It's a vehicle. You are more important in a car than the car itself. Do you agree? Right? Job is like a car. You are buying a car. You are getting the job. You're getting the discipline. So when your parents, most of you, even mine, when they ask you, what do you want to be? It's kind of misleading question. They ask you, what kind of job do you want to take on? Rock star, football star, whatever, CPA, CFO. You all talk about the jobs. Well, to get those jobs, you got to have some study, some good schooling, some good academic standing. And, well, what if you fail those tests and don't get the school you want to go into, don't get the job you get into? Is your life done, failed, end of it? I don't think so. But some of them, in extreme cases, especially in Korea, especially with those smart kids in high schools or in college, when they do not score the score they want to score, some of them jump from their roof and finish their days. It's a sad story. The career that I wrote on the board, when I ask you, what is your dream? What is your vision? What is your ambition? It is beyond the job you want to seek. Because jobs, like cars, it is a vehicle to bring your life from your age, you mostly in your 20s, and you'll get older, like me, like everyone else. As you get older, you will be better, I hope, and you hope. Jobs are just tools to make you a better person. It's not the ultimate goal. You are the ultimate goal, right? Whether you become CFO, CPA, a rock star, professor, a rich businessman, yeah, that'll make your make your life a better life, a life that is of value for, hopefully. He said something like, oh, I want to be a happy man. And I said, it's no joke, I like it, I said. He did not say, oh, I want to be some job-bearing title. He said, I want to be a happy man. That's a value-driven statement. No matter what he becomes, he'll be happy because that's his goal, to be happy in his life. Oh, I want to be a man that helps others all the time. Good. To help others, you need to have power. Maybe knowledge, maybe money, maybe some power, maybe a good heart to help. Well, to help others, you need to be better than most of men out there. Well, you need to be better than yourself you can be. So it's a good goal. Setting up a goal for your career, for your life, is more than just a job. Everyone struggles to write resumes and have the interview and possibly get a good job. Yeah, it's a good thing to get a good job. But think beyond getting a job, because it is your life that is more important than the job itself. Take some keyword like value, happiness, helping others, making some footstep in your life, making change the world, for example. Well, it's a too big a statement. It's not for me. Well, maybe it's not for you. Then find something within your own life. Okay? Being CFO, being CPA, being a lawyer, all that. If you don't pass those exams and tests and don't get the credentials, is your life ended? Is your life failed? I don't think so. You're still a great man. You're still a great lady. Okay? It's your life that's valuable. Those jobs will change and can change. For me, I am taking at least 2 or more jobs every single day on a daily basis. In statistical findings, every man and woman out there, not just you, not just me, they change their jobs at least 3, 4, 5 times in their entire life. Not to mention the career itself. So do not get stuck with the job itself. When somebody asks you, what's your dream? What's your future like? Go beyond the job itself. You want to be somebody that gives you some quality of life. Think about quality that you feel valuable. Whatever it is. You want to be a happy man for your happy family. Good goal. You want to be a very happy man taking care of your nation. Well, maybe you want to be the president of a nation. It's a good goal too, but not as the job itself being a president, but you want to take care of your own people, your own nation. Well, you have a big heart. Good for you. You want to take care of your own family, your company, your nation, your world. Well, you set your goal, you set your parameters. You want to take care of yourself only? Fine with me, okay? You are important, but go beyond the job itself, okay? Set some goal with a value system, not just an occupation. That's all I wanted to say. Do you share my thoughts? If you share my thoughts, can you show me? Oh, thank you. And you guys don't like me. Nah, I'm just kidding. Thank you. Well, that's all I want to say. With that, I'm going to show you some videos about the career. Career is a pattern of path in your life, in your professionalism. You have a job, CPA, CFO. Similarities there. CPAs and CFOs, they handle numbers. Investment banks, commercial banks, they handle numbers. You have a career in the financial industry. Career is bigger than a job itself. Prosecutor, attorney, lawyer, a money-making attorney. Yeah, you are a legal profession. That's your career. Professors and writers and scholars and Nobel laureate, they are scholar track careers. I'm a businessman and an academician. I have a dual track myself on my career. Okay, so it is the career that you want to seek to build a pattern of your professionalism, and it takes a lot of discipline, a lot of planning. Okay, it's not like, oh, which job pays me more? Take a random guess and pick the one that pays me more. That's not a career. That's a part-time job, maybe 7-Eleven. Not to disgrace 7-Eleven, but getting your career done and planned is more than getting a single job. Okay, so with that in mind, we'll take a look at some videos, and we'll take it from there. Today, I'm going to show you 2 videos on BCG, Boston Consulting Group, and as well as the one we showed in the beginning of the class, which is McKinsey. I'm going to remind you with 2 videos. Those 2 videos show you the life as a very high level, highly intellectual management consultants. The training, the simulation, we're all going through entire semester. Okay? It may not be your career. Don't get me wrong, I'm not pushing you to that career. Don't get me wrong. But it shows one track of a career that needs a lot of discipline and gives you a lot of reward. Okay? Take a look at how undisciplined or unqualified person may become by raising his or her discipline and standard, and become a highly sophisticated, disciplined, intellectually capable management consultant. Take a look at their world and see if whatever you want to apply to, maybe you apply that idea to your own career as a rock star. You want to be a very highly intellectual, highly pumped up rock star that impresses everybody. Does it make sense? Right. So whatever is in there, they did put everything to that moment of career. Okay? Don't just sit there and just become a loser. Okay? Be a winner. To be a winner, you have to understand how to put everything when you have to put everything. Okay? And hopefully Professor Ole will do a scientific exploration and make it done. If you can kind of copy the link, if you can. I wrote a word called CV. Okay? It's a Latin word as well. And as I told you, in the Romantic language, if you use Latin, you understand the roots of the meaning as well. Anyone know what the word CV mean? Huh? Okay, ones from those romantic language culture, you guys know already. Good for you. How about ones from the Asian linguistic cultures? Anyone know what CV means? All right, I figured, right? It's okay. We have different roots, and I'm going to write things on the board. I'd like you to learn this one. This word CV is a very important word in the entire career of job seekers, so you need to know. Okay, it's better that you know. Maybe 2R, I think. Is it 2R, 1R? 2, right? Curriculum vitae. All right, let me write it again. Curriculum vitae, okay. Please, can I have your attention, please? Curriculum vitae, short for CV, is what we call CV or the resume. Curriculum means, anyone know? When you go into a university, we always say, oh, what's the curriculum is like in university? What's the courses like, right? Curriculum is the course itself. And what's vitae? Anyone know in Latin? Thank you. In Latin, curriculum vitae makes sense in the Latin grammar, I think. I don't speak Latin. But in English, course life is kind of broken. So we put this. 도유리, can you please read what's on the board? Oh, you need the glasses. Course of life, thank you. Okay. Pay attention. Not to laugh at, it's all right. Same meaning. Curriculum vitae, course of life, same meaning. Now you have to pay attention. What's in the meaning? It says course of life, not just a single job. Okay? A course is a continuation of one point to another point to another point to another point until your life goes on and on and on and on. It is a course of your life in what you do. So when you say CV, it is not just a piece of paper that says what you do, your schooling, your skills, your license, how many languages you speak. No, it is beyond that. CV has to have entire course of your life. Future statement is also there to a little bit. What is your aim or objective of your life as a course? You as a man, you as a lady, you as a profession. What do you like to do or be in the future? That's the course of life looking forward. What has been done in the past, people need to know, because it's not a made-up story, it's real facts. So you put the courses of life in the past, your schooling, your education, your skills, what you know, what you're good at, your special traits and talents and in the characteristics, all that you put in. And why? Because you want to reflect your pattern of your the pattern pattern of your life, not just one single point, but continuation of from point to point to point to point. Now, those pattern is also called a flow of life. I want to tell you about flow while this gets ready. I just don't want to waste our time. When a company that you all investigate and analyze and collect the data of what you are doing, you are analyzing the flow or the course or the curriculum of their operation. Okay? just exchange life to the operation. You are tracking, chasing, analyzing how they started, how they grew, where they are, whether they are going down the hill or trying to go up, but it's a little hard. You are tracking the pattern of their operation. You as the analyst, supposedly, hopefully, you are to analyze what was there, what was wrong, what was really good, and how to make it actually better than today or yesterday, in tomorrow. I'll tell you one more Latin word. If you know this, you look smart, and you actually become smarter because you understand the roots of the meaning. I'll tell you one more Latin word. Where's my pen? Modus operandi, it is so called. Okay, what's modus? Let's start with operandi. Operandi in Latin. Very similar to English word. Operate, operation. Very good. Modus operandi. This one is operation. And modus, very similar to English as well. When you look at the spelling, you'll just guess what it is. Take a shot. Take a wild guess. Modus? Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Inventor. Ooh, yeah. So modus operandi, mode, again, of operation. In plain English, so you can all see it from far because you're sitting very far from the board. I have to do this. Anyway, modus operandi is a very commonly spoken intellectual phrase in the American professional world, whether it's business, academia, politics, or just high society. People do use this kind of language as well. We got to change our modus operandi. What's modus operandi? Way of doing things. Okay? Every company has ways to run their operation, and from their operation, they have ways to create revenues, ways to make customers happy, and happy customers open up their wallet to pay you, and a lot of payment will become a lot of rich money in your bank account. You become profitable. So way of doing things, the modus operandi, if you do it correctly, you have a happy face. If you don't do it correctly, guess what? So same thing with, it has relations. Where was I? Curriculum vitae, the course of life. Modus operandi, way of doing things, not just one single moment, but continuum of activities, continuum of points all together that creates entire flow of operation. If you watch closely how one get started from the beginning and go up and down and up and down, up and down, if you take a very out-of-box thinking to look at what's going on, you'll see differently. You don't have to be an Einstein to catch that. Your IQ may be low by your birth, but your EQ, emotional quotient, can be very high. With your higher EQ, you can beat those guys and girls who has high IQ as well. Because a high IQ, if you don't use it, it means nothing. It's a stone. Sorry for high IQs. What I'm trying to point out is that it's not what you are born with. Whether your parents are rich, you have a very high IQ DNA, it's a gift. Good for you. But if you don't have it, are you going to be a loser? I don't think so. Okay? You think hard, you work hard, you act hard to See the things that people don't see. And how you do that, it's not just a magic that's just caught up from the air. It is really working hard, thinking hard to see what's going on. Take the eagle's eye to see what's going on. Okay? When you look at Xiaomi, eBay, what do we have? BBQ chicken, Sangyong. Where's Sangyong? All right, Sangyong guys. When you look at those operations, you look at their modus operandi, ways of the operation. Something's wrong in the operation that resulted in some poor result. And you can ask yourself, why? Why that happened? If you don't ask why it happened, nobody will know why it happened, and nobody can fix what's wrong with the operation. You know what? Many times, companies within that operation, they don't see it. Like yourself, as a man, as a person, I have a bad habit, for example. You have a bad habit too. Wake up. But you don't see it because nobody penalizes, nobody criticizes oneself that often. Somebody else sees you and they can criticize, penalize, pinpoint what's wrong with you. What can you do to make it better? And that's your job. When you look at a company, companies within the operation, people within the operation, they don't see what's wrong many times because they can't see themselves in the mirror. And it is your job, guys like McKinsey, guys like Boston Consulting Group, they are trained to analyze, pinpoint what's wrong in their flow of operation, what's wrong in their thinking patterns, what's wrong in their actions they put in every single day. And it is not just one single point. Sometimes an accident, an event is a problem. Well, you catch that too. But it is also even an accident, even an event, even a point of a time, it has the past backgrounds that triggered that single moment. It also has consequences like domino effects, like dominoes. So even a single point of entire flow, it has consequences or the one that triggered that action. So seeing the flow of operation in whatever you do, whatever you analyze is critical. Okay? Always ask yourselves why, and why. Why did it happen? Why did you choose the life you want to choose? Why did you choose the operation you choose and to operate? Okay? Now, it sounds like a joke, but simple idea, simple thought of getting to the simple nature of a thing, of a situation, is what you need to discipline with. Once you have that habit of discipline, how you think, you become a better thinker. Better thinking creates better action. Better action creates better result. When you put into operation in business, you make a lot of money. Happy for you, right? Someone asked me, Professor, how do you write my personal proposal? I'll wait for you. Wait till you finish. Okay, we should be talking together, okay? If you need to talk to each other after I'm done. Okay, when somebody talks, if it's me or even you, someone else, let's talk together. Okay, when I'm done, then you talk. Or I'll listen. How's that? It's a good way to communicate. Yes? Very good. And no smartphone, no Kakao Talk at this time, right? Forget the smartphone. Bring it down. Put it in your pocket. Thank you. Or if you need to do a memo, it's okay though. All right. Someone asked me, Professor, how do you write a one-page proposal to fit my proposal to a company to hire me? Well, I read a book a little bit, certain degree, he said, but I see a plan of building a factory for a town. How do I fit myself into those situations? I'm a little puzzled, he said. Good question, and this is how. Whether you are writing a one-page proposal to build a very good factory for a town, what you are doing is telling the town how good it will be, the factory will be for the town's future. You're building a good factory for town. What value does this factory bring to the town? What's good for the town? What value does it bring to the town? It's a proposal of letting the town know so they can decide to accept my proposal of constructing a factory in that town. It's a proposal. Same thing with your company proposal. You are, as a consultant, to be admitted, to be employed by a consulting firm. They hire only top-notch people, by the way, smart people, well-disciplined, deep thinking, okay, hardworking. You tell them what value you will bring to the company. Simply put. Why do they hire you? What good is it to hire you? Oh, I have this, and that as my good quality of discipline and competency. My character is such a nice character that I work hard. I'm so brave that any task given to me, I get the job done. Day and night, I don't care. I'm so smart, I'm so disciplined in doing the Excel sheet, I can crunch numbers faster, more effective than anyone else. This is how I do it, better than anyone else. And I'm so committed to do my job, no matter how hard it is, so on and so forth. What are the values you present to the company if they hire you, and why and how you can prove that? Let's take an easy example. Mr. Lloyd, Mr. Bank, do you have a girlfriend? No. I'm sorry to ask a personal question, but try to help you to get a nice, sexy girlfriend. When you meet a nice lady you may want to fall in love with, what do? Simply put, you show her. You let her feel how great a man you are. Is it not a common sense? Right? You tell your potential girlfriend, you tell her how great a man you are. Okay? Your intellectual capability, your personality, your future outlook as a possible man of her life. Okay? How attractive and sexy you are as a man, as a human being, so on and so forth. So she can feel it. She can also agree with that traits and attributes. And she, oh my gosh, this is a great man. I am falling in love with Lloyd, the banker. Same thing with a company. Write your personal proposal as a one-page proposal format. When you write to a company, you tell the company why they have to fall in love with you, period. Okay? Many of you, when you write a proposal to a company to be employed, you kind of beg. You're begging it. Oh, Mr. Company, Mr. CEO, please, please, please hire me. You don't have to beg. When you fall in love with a woman, do you beg for love? No. No way, Jose, right? You don't beg for love. You show her how great you are, and you let her fall in love with you. That's what it is. Same thing with a company. When you write proposal to a company in a one-page proposal format, what's the heading? Oh, I'm great as this heading. What's the keyword we've been disciplined to speak? What's the heading you want to put to describe yourself? Everyone has different way of describing oneself. What's the heading? What's the subheading? What's the main areas that you want to propose and why that's the case? What are the value you want to present? What's the financial of it? What you're looking for in the company, or what finance can you contribute to the company? Either way you want to put it, it's up to you. I said two things, if you caught it. Quick minds. And what's the action step at the last minute? When you meet a lady for the first time, a beautiful girl, you just want to fall in love. But what's the first thing you want to do? Hey, you want to have a cup of coffee? You want to walk with me? You want to go to a movie with me? Hey, how's Friday night? You would take it slow. You throw some proposal, an action plan that she, has little reason to refuse, turn down. How about a good pizza place around the corner? I will take you. Pizza, that's something that I, should not refuse, right? Write some action plan to conclude the page that says something that the interviewer has little reason to turn down. Maybe, oh, you need to hire me. Well, why? I just will turn you down. You don't convince me enough that you say you hire me. But when you say, well, you are asking for an interview, for example. You are asking for some consideration, for example. You are asking for some time for you to submit something for consideration, for example. Anything that is easy enough for the interviewer to consider and say yes to it. You've done your job. Period. Done. Is it helpful? Everyone gets it now? So you're gonna turn in all the A+ paper? Can I expect? If I say less than A+, can I give you F? No. Good. Make it clear. Very good. I like that. Is it ready, sir? Thank you. All right, we're gonna move into the video session now. Enjoy the show. Now, this is about the life-changing experience at Boston Consulting Group. They, like you, they were never experienced before they entered this world of professional consultants' career. Now they demonstrate, they confess their experience of how they changed from somebody knowing nothing with somebody presenting it to a Fortune 500 CEO on a day one of their job. Okay? Take a look at it closely and feel the difference, what they go through, please.
I love the colors that you see underwater because I've seen colors that you can never even imagine.
I love to look at problems in an analytical way and take them apart and look at the pieces and see what is there.
When I come into any type of case problem, I immediately switch my anthropologist on.
Right after undergrad, I moved to Austria and taught English there in the Alps and snowboarded. Probably snowboarded more than taught English.
There's a lot of adventure in the world, and there's no point in just picking one.
You know, it always amazes me just how diverse the group is. You know, when I think about the team I'm working with right now, I mean, we have, you know, a guy who is a former investment banker.
Someone else drove submarines. It was fantastic.
An attorney who was a special prosecutor at The Hague who used to prosecute international war criminals.
Somebody fresh out of college who got a degree in English.
And then we had someone who was an MBA. And it was awesome.
Without that diversity, you wouldn't have any of the magic.
Gosh, like you've had this amazing set of experiences over the course of your life, and you can bring that to our environment and have that in just totally differential voice.
But I've actually been a partner at 3 other consulting firms. My experience is that BCG is a totally different place.
We start with an unbelievably comprehensive understanding of the client and their environment. And we do that by bringing together not just a powerful team, but a powerful team that has a lot of different perspectives. And so when we come to the client site, it's people who are all thinking about different facets of the client organization. And so it's not about saying, you know, I've done this type of problem before, I'm going to take this framework and recycle it or maybe update it.
Let's come up with something totally different, something that nobody has ever done before.
You know, I've had clients who've said, I've completely changed how people think about my category. And I've had the biggest competitors completely reeling, going, oh my gosh, how do we even think about starting to deal with this? You know, it's all about taking that problem that any normal, rational person would look at and say, wow, like this is really complicated, ambiguous, kind of ugly, and you get completely fired up by taking that and saying, I'm going to put some logic around this, and I'm going to break it down into its critical parts, and from there, get to a solution.
Since we have a very flat structure, everybody feels very comfortable discussing their unique perspectives.
I'm always pushing the associates on my team to challenge the thinking of the client. I want them to challenge me.
And it doesn't matter how senior you are. It's what's going to get us to that really interesting, unique, new solution. That's what matters.
I love hypothesizing with teams and drawing things on the board and scrunching up pieces of paper and throwing them away dramatically until we come up with an answer.
You could, on your first day at BCG, be assigned to a project where you'll be dealing with or presenting the CEO of a Fortune 500 company.
Starting a new project is almost like entering a foreign country at times. You parachute into a project, you may not know what's going on at first, you have to learn very quickly, and that pace of learning is exciting.
If I'm in New York today and finish my project on Friday, on Monday I could be in China working on a completely different project for a completely different client in a completely different industry.
You never get to stop and get comfortable. It's what makes this job phenomenal.
No way you can get bored.
When you're working in such a high-paced environment, you develop professionally at a much faster pace.
You take people who are really strong at what they do, and then you push them even further.
Once you have that tool set, sky's the limit on what you can achieve. And that's why so many BCG employees and former consultants are successful in other industries. When you leave BCG, if you decide to leave, they're immensely supportive.
Quincy is a new brand of professional apparel for young, ambitious women.
We did our first photo shoot on the roof of the New York office, and we never thought that we would ever be able to do that, but it was really awesome to be able to come back and to tell everyone that, this is where Christina and I used to work.
When I first got started with BCG, I had never negotiated a commercial contract before. Fast forward a couple of years, and I'm essentially serving as the VP of Business Development for this startup called Orbitz. Orbitz was a great ride. We created an internet site that now is the world's second largest travel site. But it wasn't the be-all, end-all. Fast forward a couple more years after that, Orbitz has gone public for $1.4 billion, and I'm quitting to go start another online travel site, Kayak. If you go with the tried and true method, which is always looking at the same way, you're not going to get to a different outcome.
When I worked as a journalist in Europe, I did feel like I wasn't solving problems. In foreign aid, I got to look at solving problems, but I didn't necessarily get to look at long-term impact. I didn't know about aggregate impact.
There are some large problems in this world, and I happen to work in healthcare, and healthcare is something that I think everybody would agree is broken. I personally believe that BCG is going to be part of the answer.
As a physicist, I was working on the absolute cutting edge of human knowledge, and so there was definitely a sense that we were contributing to the world. And I worried that when I left academia, that might not be true.
I've had the opportunity to work on a very interesting project that will fundamentally change the global capital markets environment.
At BCG, I get to work with big businesses in a way that helps me see how they work and how there might be a better way down the road to do something greater for the world.
We're going to evolve the thinking about healthcare.
One of the coolest moments any BCGer will ever have is the day that the Wall Street Journal comes and something you've done is on the front page.
In such a small tenure, I've been able to work on a project that will be remembered for a very long time. I probably will tell my grandkids about it.
I've always been astounded when you actually put some numbers behind what the impact of our work is. I've had cases where work that we have done and the translation into valuation in the marketplace has been on the order of $2–3 billion. That's ridiculous. This is where it goes from kind of an academic, intellectual exercise to something absolutely exceptional.
With your fresh memory just heard, what's the one comment that sank into your heart or your brain? They made a lot of comments. Different individuals made a lot of comments. What comment got to you? Tell me, please. Where's the mic? I'm not going to throw it. I'll just pass it and hand it to you. Don't worry. Think. What was the comment that impressed you? Overall, whatever. If I'm the CEO and asking you, future consultants, this very question, you better come up with a good answer to impress me. You first, and then you. 1 second. Comments from the video? Video, comments, overall, whatever you want to say to. Oh, maybe you want to turn it on. Look at the bottom switch. Maybe it's switched off. Bring it up. Test. Good.
One of the people in the video said that the BCG can be answer to the problem.
BCG can be answer to the problem. Okay. Why did it impress you? Why did it sink into your brain or heart?
I think the group has a confidence that they can handle anything.
Confidence is the word. Very good. They are faced with a lot of problems, and any problem they faced with, do they run away from the problems? No way, Jose. Jose is a good man. Confidence, I am the answer. Good, I like it. And give it to Mr. Huang right there. Mr. Huang? Can you please pass? Thank you. Speak louder.
the word diversity came into my mind.
Diversity, good point. Why?
Since they have people like who likes scuba diving and business. There's a physician.
Even an English teacher from Pagoda, right? Yes.
And then there's also one for healthcare people, and the guy came from a journalist. So I was like thinking, because I also look for diversity in my life, and anyone, like any group and any firm needs a diversity. So
why is diversity important in this intellectually demanding career? Why is it important?
someone in that video said, you never get bored. You never get bored. I think that caught my mind.
Okay. And how about, if I may add personally, how about perspectives? Different perspectives. One from France, he's seen what's in France a lot. One from New York, like me, I've seen what's in New York a lot. One from Korea, Seoul, you've seen what's in Seoul a lot. Female, male, different age, difference in the how we see things will result in the modus operandi influence. How we see things different, we can influence how they do things different. Perspective, diversity, they all matter. Good point. What else? Yes. And you can give that to me, please. Pass it on. Pass it on. Pass. Yes.
I heard about a comment that said that they're doing things that they could tell to their grandsons or something.
Ah.
It's quite important because it means that you're doing something transcendental.
Something that goes down the generation. You feel so good and proud, you know, just doing something that you're proud of. That'll make not only the company, but your own life and your own family very proud to stand behind. Very good. What else? What came to your mind? You can pass those mics. How about, if I may, if anyone's, you guys taking notes? Okay. How about pace of learning? That caught my mind. They said, I walk into a project in New York. Next day, I go to China. Different industry, different project, I have absolutely no idea about. Sometimes I'm informed beforehand, sometimes company, PCG, doesn't even tell me. Hey Mike, hey Casey, just go to Beijing, get the problem solved. Whew. I go to Beijing. Whew, air is not good, but I got my job here. I go to a problem, I go to an issue, learn the issue, figure it out, and come up with an idea to solve it. Alone, maybe with my team in New York, or in Moscow, or in Paris. Figure it out. Okay? Pace of learning is what it takes for you to have as a discipline. How? Because you're smart? Nah. You know, there's always smarter people on the planet. I am smart, but there should be a lot more smarter people than Casey Kim, I'm sure. But what I do, I have a discipline to learn, humbly to learn, focused to learn, and I'm not afraid to learn. Okay? Learning is not something that you should be ashamed of. Well, I'm a consultant at BCG. I know a lot of things. You know, nobody beats me. Forget that attitude. Be humble. The minute you say, oh, I know everything, I can do everything, you become a loser. The minute you say, well, I don't understand this yet, but let me listen, let me learn. Then maybe, hopefully, and I'll try to come up with a better solution for you. Hopefully I can add value to this current situation. I'm not bragging that I am smarter than you. I'm not better than you. I'm not saying that you are worse than me. Don't ever say that. Okay? It's your client. It's your friend. It's your family. Do not compare me to you or you to me. I have a situation here, and I'll try hard to pick up, understand, and communicate with my colleagues who may have different perspectives and views, and learn from them and incorporate it into a solution and be confident that solution will work at that time. Because you can't just provide a solution and try, I'm not sure if it works, you know, if it doesn't work, come back to me. That's a BS. You don't want to do that, right? When you present a solution, be confident, be professional, be responsible. Okay? And how? Not just because you're smart, because you have a humble mind to listen and figure things out and come up with a very, very different idea to solve the problem, and consult with your teammates before you speak it out, because once you speak out, that's the end of it. Words gets out, that's the end of it. You can't retract it back. Okay? When you say something, make sure you can stand behind it. How's that? I'm going to take you to one more video you saw about 4 weeks ago, McKinsey. It's more vibrant for the word. Okay? But BCG is more quiet, gives you a little thought, but McKinsey gives you more impact. Okay? Let's replay that video, just to give you more reminder. And I want you to think like those people, whether you go into a consulting world, whether you become a CPA, a rich lawyer, become a professor maybe, politician, whatever you do, think sharply and being humble and be brave and confident to take on any challenge in your life. It's important, whatever you do. And wake up. Okay? Remember I told you from the beginning of the class, this class will discipline you, not make you memorize things. A few things you can keep in mind, but that's only a few things. Entire semester, entire course of 14, 16 weeks, you will feel a lot of things. You will make those feelings and observations and trainings your own discipline. Just like you become a Taekwondo master. You don't become a Taekwondo master just by looking at the video. You have to do it. You have to scream and shout, and you have to kick and punch and sweat. Same thing with the intellectually challenging job as well, like McKinsey type. You just got to do it. You can't become a McKinsey type, intellectually proficient professional just by watching it. But start from that point. Let's watch what they do, and you are actually doing it in your team project. You're not there yet, honestly speaking, but the goal is to be like that. Hopefully, within the next 4 months of time during this semester, in this class, in this course, so you become better than starting of the semester, I hope. Right? Does it make sense? I hope. All right, we'll have some technical challenges, but we'll overcome it. We'll cope with it. How's the class so far? Is it okay? It's good? She goes like this. I like it. Yes. Is my English too fast? It's okay? Can you understand? Very good. Good. I can understand you too. So we same. Good, good. Very good. Like, you know, in the Boston Consulting or McKinsey, there is a person like with a heavy accent, maybe some Indian guy from India. They usually carry an ethnic accent. Speak good English, but they carry an accent. It's okay. It's okay. Accent is not the worst thing you want to have. Okay? It's not the end of the world. As long as you can speak clearly, intellectually, making sense, and give them the impact to their heart, not just to their brain. I understand what you're saying, but does it impress me? It should. Okay? You may speak in a broken English, heavy accent, lack of vocabulary. It's all right. As long as you stand behind it, stay confident, people will be impressed. Language, the second thing. It is how you present yourself in non-verbal language situation. Language, the voice, the words, yes, it counts. But it's how you present yourself. In my eyesight, in my facial expression, in my body posture, in my entire confidence of me to you, and I care for you, that matters, really matters. Okay? So when you present later part of this course, okay, be confident. Okay? Do not look at the screen and talk to screen. Talk to the audiences. Okay? Don't read what's in there. Content, second thing. If you don't know the content, forget it. Say a few words using this, and you present yourself, not read from the memo. Okay? Be confident so people can be impressed with you and by you, not by the paper. Okay? Good. This? Yes. Good. Can you please look at me? Thank you. Well, this is what we call a disaster management. We have a disaster. We have a problem. But do I stop functioning, operating? No way, Jose. I operate. Okay? Now, do I just say things that doesn't make sense? I hope not. Let me say something to you. We are training to be a consultant. This is entire simulation of being a consultant. Now, what if you don't work for a consulting company? You work for Samsung, whether you like it or not, I don't know. You work for IBM, Google, you work for a little startup. Will these skills that we acquire during this class help or become useless? What do you think? Please say help. Please say helps. It helps, please. Does it help? Yeah, I think so. Because you know why? The communication skills. No matter what you do, you become Mr. Obama of Mr. President of the United States. He speaks good. He's a very good speaker. You become, late Steve Jobs type of entrepreneur, the businessman. He speaks good. He's like, oh, grab the entire audience, whether it be 1,000 or 1,000,000 by video. He just grabbed the entire audiences. Okay? You know why? Because those individuals, are well disciplined to communicate. Communicate is not just saying fancy words in the fancy languages. Okay? It's like my heart to your heart. Of course, it takes a lot of disciplines, speaking in the right voice tone, understanding exactly the content of the subject matter, show the expertise, and waking her up if she feels a little sleep. Hello? All this discipline that we go through, okay? Even the disaster management, okay? Making sure that what I know is not about what I brag about myself. It is my transfer of my heart to your heart so that you become well-disciplined. So in whatever you do in the future, not only in a consulting company type of environment, any company you work for, if you become a government officer, if you become a rock star, you want to communicate your passion to the world, right? Katerina? We were joking about, last night I ran into a purple team by accident, but by fate I wrote. They were having a team meeting. I ran into the same chicken and beer chimek place. And we sat down together at the later part. And I joked, oh, you know what? Because where are you from? I'm from Mexico, I'm from Paris, I'm from Belgium, whatever it is. And I said, oh, by the way, I'm from Russia. My actual name is like Casey Kimikov. But because in Korea, I just say Kim, not Kimikov. He says, really? That joke worked, right? And I said, somebody said, her name is Karen. So, okay, we're going to make you a Russian too. Katerina. Karenov. Whatever that is. But it was a fun time. We had a very fun time. Is it working? No. Not working. All right. You've done everything you could. Okay. You know what? We're going to catch this series next week once the tech stuff is fulfilled. We're going to take a little break again. We're going to come to the team presentation. Okay? But before we do that, let me finish up what was happening last night. So we had a good time. We spoke. We communicated. We became empathizing with each other. We became family. Right? Yeah. Now, I'd like to do that with all of you too. This is a class. Yes, it's a class. A professor supposed to teach you and give you a grade and you go home. I want to do a little more than that, hopefully. Okay? I want to become friends with you and family with you for a long time to come, hopefully lifetime. I've taught many students who go out there, live a good job, live a good life, and come back to me every once in a while, every 10 years. It's okay. It's good. It's fun. Okay? I want to give you this contribution of appreciating the relationship, appreciating the value of life, appreciating good friends from all over the world. Because the country boundary is no longer relevant. We hop on the plane, we go on the internet, the country border becomes no more relevance. Language we speak, it's not important. It's how we, again, heart to heart, feel each other and become friends. Okay? And we're going to talk about later on the beer session, but we'll talk about that at the end of the course. We'll take another quick 5-minute break and get ready for the presentation. Okay? Try not to go out, just get ready for the presentation and we move on. Okay? Thank you.